Hello, hello. Good evening. As I fix my mic. All right. Fortunately, I wasn't able to announce it on all of the medias that I have, because right now both Facebook and Instagram are kind of like not working, so that's fine. Hey Tiffan! Hey Almighty! Why is there a sphere in there, huh? Oh, that's because I'm a traitor. It's all lies. I mean, if you subdivide a cube, well, I mean, if you smooth a cube with no subdivisions, it does turn into a sphere, so, I mean, am I really not allowed to have a sphere on here? Or am I just being clever? Am I just, like, at that next level, you know? Hey, Legit. Hey, Gustavo. Hey, Six and Christian. Wow, YouTube's really bumping today. Finally realized why I call myself A Cubed. Why is everything about my name all of a sudden? That's funny. Okay. Yeah, it's not just you. I think Instagram and Facebook in general have just been like super, super next level stupid right now. All right. So anyways, just to do my little rundown for everybody new here. My name's Ashley. I'm a character and creature concept artist, and I use Zbrush to do a lot of my conceptual stuff, and my a lot of stuff that I have for a base for 2D as well. That kind of it comes from Zbrush. So a lot of the stuff that I do, I start with a sphere in these sessions, anyways, not all the time, but in these sessions, it's 4 hours of me just kind of mucking the clay around, finding some like interesting and fun shapes to go off of, and just letting my imagination run wild. It's very much a sandbox sculpting exercise. It's not really like, you know, like we're looking at a reference and trying to make something specific. We're just exploring our imagination, being very, very artsy fartsy. You know how it is. Yeah. Whoop, dead. What? What's wrong? Did we die? Are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. Just, oh, I guess you wouldn't be able to hear me. Alright, there you go. Any issues in the new ZBrush 2019? No, I haven't had any issues personally. Don't forget my Red Bull, yeah. I haven't had any issues myself. I was beta testing, and it seemed even during the beta test there wasn't too many issues, but I can't like talk about everything there. But I can say that from what I've used of it so far after the beta test, not really many issues, but I can understand if there have been. Okay, I need to like this is live. Hello. Okay, music. Let's get some good beats on, and then we will start sculpting. How about some synthwave? Ooh, baby. Let's get that synthwave going. I like that. Okay. All right. Hey, Filippo. Yeah, just refresh. If at any point, like a host starts happening, or, you know, the stream just kind of cuts at any point, just refresh your browser. Right now, I think all of the internet is being super wacky. I don't know why. Live Boolean isn't working for you? If you have error, like if you have issues that are popping up, if there are bugs, usually what Pixelogic does is they usually work on like a patch to fix all of these things after the initial release of the new versions. So if you do have bugs, definitely send them to send in a ticket, and if you can, include as many screenshots and explanations as possible so that the team can try to reproduce what you're seeing, and then they can fix it. But I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm not a Pixo dev. I'm just an artist. Successfully transferred over to 2019. All is fine for you. Yeah, same here, but I can understand if some people like different workflows and things. Like I understand if there are issues. looks back and forth and watches the tumbleweeds. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, so what we do in this stream is I am going to take this sphere, right, for all the new people. I'm going to take this sphere and I'm going to mash up into some shapes. It's going to be really crazy and messy at first, but we're going to try and find something out of that mess. I don't use references for this. It's really just like sort of a... an exploration of creativity. It's just to have fun, unwind. It's like a work session. It's 4 hours long, so if you want, you can sculpt along with me. Oh, also, I wanted to bring up too, if you don't have 2019 or you think like it's been, you know, too expensive for you or anything like that. Hold on, let me see, where did I save this? Hold on, give me a sec. I'm a little... Where is it? Where is it? Promo. There we go. So I'm sure if you followed my if you followed any of my social medias, you've probably already seen this. But for those of you who don't, I'm gonna share it right now. So here we go. So here, you guys can use this code right here if you are looking to get Zbrush. It's $30 off of like a 6-month subscription license for Zbrush. So this is valid until March 20th as well. That's why I'm kind of like just pumping it around to help anybody who wants to get Zbrush to save some money during that time, because they're only going to have this code up until March 20th. So that's there. I guess I can like type it in chat for you guys and just like copy and paste it wherever. Sorry. Let's do code is... There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. There you go, and then I'll put it here. And I don't know if Facebook is working, but I'll put it there anyways. Yeah, so there you go. If you guys are looking for, you know, a 6-month subscription, there's $30 off of that for you. And now we're gonna get to sculpting. Yeah. All right. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But if you have bugs, there's nothing that I can do about the bugs of 2019. If there are any bugs, please make a ticket, send it to Pixelogic. So go to support.pixelogic.com. I think that's the URL, support. Yeah, support.pixelogic.com, submit a ticket, make sure you got your screenshots, as much information as possible about the issues that you're experiencing so that the team can try and reproduce what you're experiencing and hopefully fix that. Hey Jamie, how are you? Jackhammer from oh yeah. Nice, welcome. Yeah, the schedule. I don't know. Everybody's like super busy at Pixelogic. Don't blame them. There's like a lot that they have to do right now. Hey Head, how are you? Haven't really dived into 2019 yet. Yeah. Orb. Orb. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's do some stuff. Let's do... I think maybe I'll focus on just like a head right now. Maybe. Again, all of this is like just super like rough. I'm going to be using the stretched geo as a sort of design base as well. Like it's going to help me create shapes that I don't normally create. And I know that doesn't make any sense right off the bat, but when you use Dynamesh with all of the stretch geo, it maintains the look of the stretched. And then you can end up getting some higher res stretched looking geo. But it ends up looking like, you know, muscle fibers and things like that, if that makes sense. It'll make more sense as I start doing it. Yes, I'm thinking. I can put that up a little bit. There we go. Oh. For a moment you were thinking it's not real time. Oh yeah. Now this is a stream you're watching till you fall asleep. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. It's 2 a.m. You're gonna stay up. Unbelievable. You guys are crazy. Hey, Bearwolf. You know what the project button does in Dynamesh? Yes, it just tries to project the details as closely back to the original. So basically it's duplicating your mesh. It basically, if you have the project, here, hold on. If you have this on, reprojected Dynamesh, it will essentially take your old mesh and it'll project back onto it. So it's not going to just do the initial Dynamesh, it's going to like have like a stored version in whatever voodoo magic that Zbrush has of the original geo, and then it's going to project back onto that as a second stage before you're ready to have your final thing. So it takes a longer time. It's like adding in a projection on top of your Dynamesh. That's basically what that button is. So I personally leave it off when I'm doing this kind of stuff because I don't need that. But in certain workflows, I can see how it really helps, especially when you're working with Z-Remesher and, you know, Dynameshing in order to get details, going back and forth. So is there a poly limit in Dynamesh? Can't seem to go above 4.5 million active points. That might have to do with your computer specifically, because I've had like 16 million in one subtool. Again, I think it depends on like your computer. They're spamming links. Who? Oh yeah, I can't do anything about that. I'm not like, I'm not a mod. Hey, Philly-Bo. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of dragon-y today. We'll see if this ends up turning into a dragon, but I am feeling kind of dragon-like today. Feeling that dragon vibe. Hello, Monty. My dog just like he just hit the little door stopper and he got freaked out. He was like, "Oh, what is that?" So you can see here how like all of this like polygonal stretching, when I Dynamesh it, will end up turning into like, you know, loose looking skin and things like that. And that's essentially what I'm going for, is like using all of this artifacting as help for a design when I'm doing speed sculpts, when I'm doing quick sculpts, concept sculpts, just having fun sculpts. Yeah. Let's see. Aw, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Hey, Polygon, how are you doing? Hey, Oomph. Here be dragons. Dragon energy, that big dragon energy. Yeah, I'm feeling that dragon energy today. I don't know. Dragon the dragon. His name Dragon. It's like naming your dog, your pet dog, dog. Looks like a chicken. Look at all these chicken. Ash with added Monty ASMR. You like that dog licking sound in the background? You're gonna grab some popcorn? Grab that popcorn. Oh, you've been playing Final Fantasy? Dude, oh man, like, yeah. The only Final Fantasy that I played was the most recent one, and I can't remember what number that is. But yeah, that's definitely the only one that I've actually ever played, and I loved it. But I hear that it's quite different from a lot of the other Final Fantasies. So I'm wondering, should we do a front facing or back? It's way stronger up front. It's got that eel vibe to it. I love making lizards look eely. Like they get like this eel vibe. I'm just like, I really enjoy that. Like the moray eel look. I really think that they're like, eels are just such cool creatures. They're such cool animals. And then I'll grab that here. It makes a little more sense. Okay, let's see if I can't get like... And then add in that like little snake bit right there. Not too much though. So if you know what I mean by an eel, like they look so cool. Moray eel. I'll bring it up so you can see. Like they've just got like the coolest faces. In my opinion, anyways. I don't know about other people, but it's like such a great place to like jump off of. Like just like this front face, this can be a little bit derp, but if you think about like adding like some eyelids, making their eyes a little tinier, like this sort of like big silhouette at the back that comes into this little tiny bit right here adds so much like of a menace to like the mouth and things. It's really, really cool. I love this too. Just a little tiny face and then it like pops off into like this big, strong silhouette. This is really, really cool. Cool shape. This looks just super dumb. Like, you look like a Muppet, bro. Like, why are you should feel bad for living. And this is just unfortunate. I don't know what's going on here. But like in general, oh, this is nightmares. Wait, here we go. Yes! My favorite image ever. Oh my gosh. but in general, like the idea of the eel is like really cool. This is what I'm kind of talking about when I say eels. Is this not really like this Muppet thing or whatever the hell this do whatever this is? That's not really what I'm trying to go for. But yeah, this sort of there's like a power to how sleek it is, right? Yeah, I don't know. Talking out of my butt, maybe? Who knows? Yeah, the eyelids. Well, that's the thing, right? Like if you just kind of like look at if you look at creatures, you think that there's certain aspects of them that looks really cool, and then you think about like if they had other features, like existing animals, they had other features, or if certain features that they did have were bigger or smaller, you can get some interesting ideas just from that alone. It can turn into an interesting looking creature. There we go. Hotkey wasn't going. Hi, music. Where'd you go? We want you. There we go. You like the Muppet face? I'm not exactly keen on that, but you know, to each their own. So this sort of like big and then to small, I absolutely love that aesthetic. With the head like facing front. I think that's super, super fun. I'm wondering if maybe... nah, we'll keep it like simple. More like that. Hey Chris! Reminds you of Robin Hobb's book series, The Live Ship Traders, where dragons have become sea serpents and they're trying to remember how to become dragons again. Interesting. Never heard of it, but that's interesting. Do I like the Muppets? I mean, sure. Yeah, like there's something about the Muppets that have always bothered me though. Oh, do you like my cup? It's Monty pooping. Monty's taking a poop. Eric made this. Eric made this cup for me. How do I study human anatomy and animal? Just pick one. Pick one based on the day. And break it down into parts. Like, don't jump in doing everything all at once. And the thing is, like, when you learn anatomy for humans, it kind of does carry over, like certain things carry over. Like once you understand that certain muscles overlap in like how they overlap, how they interact with each other, how skin works on top of muscles, all of that kind of stuff, it, you know, going and learning other anatomy, it becomes faster and faster and faster. Things click a lot easier because you're understanding the underlying concepts. So I would say start with humans, because you know that, like, that's probably like the most difficult one. Is human anatomy is the most difficult because we see people every single day, right? Like we as people know what people look like. If you were to see one dog versus the other dog and they were like the same, like you didn't really like, basically you wouldn't see the mistakes as much because you're not a dog, right? You wouldn't see the mistakes as much if somebody had made an elephant and it looked mostly like there and had all the skin details and everything. You wouldn't like be able to be like, oh, but that muscle, like that doesn't look right. But if you were to look at a human arm and somebody had done the human arm, it's like, well, we see this kind of stuff all the time. We see our own arms in the mirror every day. So it's kind of like one of those things where we will be a lot more, people in general will be a lot more critical of human anatomy. So I would say definitely start with human anatomy, and a lot of that does carry over to other things like the underlying understanding of anatomy. but then break it down. Like, don't do like the entire human body all at once because it can be overwhelming. I would say break it down into like do like some skull studies, do some like overall head studies. Maybe one day, like if you want to break it down even further, just do like a bunch of like little blocks with eyes, you know, like just carve in some eyes, carve in some noses, carve in some mouths, put it all together then afterwards, right? And then understand things that way. Just break it down for yourself. Same with like the arms, like do like, you know, a day where you just do arms, and then, you know, you'll get it. You'll get it. I'm using an Intuos Pro Medium. You like my cup, thanks. How do I fix the stretch polys? Dino Mesh, but we're not going to Dino Mesh yet. The thing that helped me the most with anatomy was learning the insertion points on the skeleton. Yeah, everybody's going to be different, but insertion points like will definitely help you. Landmarks are the key ones. You're going to hear like a lot of people that, you know, are anatomy pros, like anatomy masters. They're going to be talking a lot about landmarks, right? So if you're working with finding the landmarks, landmarks can be like really a lot of different things. Like on your shoulder, for example, there's like a little box shape where your clavicle attaches to your my gosh, scapula, and there's like a little box there. It's like a little indent where your deltoids like form off of, they attach to, like that's a landmark, right? And so you can find like different things on the body that will help you in connecting everything together. So that's like a big one because that's three parts coming together. But I don't like, again, like I'm sorry, like I study over my own words and things. There are people that are absolutely incredible at anatomy, even that stream here. Definitely check them out. They'll be able to help you a lot. But I'm not going through, Ooh, actually, hold on, let's see. Do I like that? Kinda down. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Maybe we're not gonna do with the eel thing. Maybe we're gonna... Nah, we're gonna go with some eyeballs back here, but... My god, Pigu. Hi, Eric. I was showing off your cup on stream. Doesn't it look magnificent? Mav, yes. They are very humorous. Anatomy jokes are very humorous. Okay. Let's do... Oops. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this a different way than I normally do it. I'm gonna do a block out. So I'm gonna take this stuff and I'm just gonna like throw some really big shapes in. Oh my goodness. Boy, I swear. Don't you start. Hey Seagull, how are you doing? Monty, in your place. In your place, stop that. Lay down. Good. All right, see you, Jamie. Have a good night. And no problem, no problem. Where's a good place to get one? Like a custom one? I don't know. There was like a like mug shop where we could like paint things. And we just kind of like hung out and painted on mugs, so I don't know where you could get one, but actually, let's do it this way. Be more of like a gecko-y type thing. Might be fun. Focus level 100. Well, I mean, nobody's really like asking anything. I mean, I'll talk. I can talk about like anything really random if you want. Talk about the weather. I can talk about the weather. I can talk about the weather. It's nice and a balmy 2 degrees Celsius here. Why am I using the snake hook? Because it's a lot faster than using the move tool. I thoroughly enjoy the speed of the snake hook because I do work kind of like a spaz. So I'll show you the difference. Hold on, let me like save this really quick because I have not saved this at all. Whoops. Sculpt. Which one is this? Number 81. So the difference between the move tool and the snake hook tool. So if I were to use the move tool, and pull on this. That's as fast as I can go. Like I can pull things and it kind of like it goes in a very average, but it's very slow. Like it feels slow. It doesn't feel as fast. Whereas like you can see like how my cursor is dragging something out, like how slow it kind of feels in comparison to, let's say, this, right? And so it just feels like a lot faster for me, even though it does like give these artifacts. I don't mind that because I use that in my creation process. So it really depends on what kind of a sculptor you are. Like I'm very messy, so the snake hook tool just kind of like works for me. But if you are very like precise about everything that you do, especially initially, then you know the move tool will probably work better for you. But I am a little bit of a nutter, so I like using the snake hook tool. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? It's non-symmetry. Wait, let's see if I can... Do I want something like that? Or do I want it facing down? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it feels like a bit of a dragon thing, right? Guess that's what we're doing tonight. I don't know. I just kind of felt like dragon, I guess. Just doing a whatever. Actual snake hook's not great for sculpting. Good if you don't like getting bit though. Oh, like a real snake hook, you're saying? Yeah. Oh, nice. 2 weeks of blue sky in Tokyo. Sweet. Yeah, it's been like gray and nasty for a while, so like the nice like balmy weather is, I mean, it's not like warm, but it's not like awful, so I don't mind it. Hey Saticus, sea turtle dragon, yeah. You can crank the intensity to 100, but I just really enjoy the snake hook because the feeling of it, it just kind of like stays with your brush, whereas the move tool doesn't feel like it's staying with you. It's like an average, right? An average that happens with the move tool, whereas the snake hook is just like, it's sort of a, it doesn't have that same fall off, that averaging fall off that the move tool does. Yeah, exactly. Like if you don't like doing the artifact method, you could always do use Sculptress Pro and try it with the snake hook and things like that. That's cool too. But again, I know that the snake hook isn't really like everybody's cup of tea. So don't feel like pressured to use it. You can always just use the move tool. New WoW mount. AAA and game market and not be trolling. Oh my gosh. Spring in Germany, it's all snowy, yeah. That's insane that it's still snowing though. Like it was snowing here too in Montreal, but I can expect it in Montreal. Chicken dinosaur. It's all of the above. All of the above. Alright, let's do... Okay, I'm gonna put Sculptress Pro on for this one. Just because I know I'm gonna be doing some like weirdness with this. I'm gonna do more of like a, I guess like a gecko-y looking thing. So when I pull out like extremities, like I usually use Sculptress Pro just as a letting you know sort of a thing, because a lot of people ask me like, oh, how come you don't use Sculptress Pro ever? And that's not true. Like I do, I just don't use it for entire sculpts. I just use it for specific instances. Alright, now with that one right like that, I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to split it. I'm going to duplicate it, get this guy to go right over here. Make it stretch out a bit more. Do another duplicate here. Alright, there we go. And then we'll take that one, duplicate it again. Gotta put that one over here. And something like this. And then we can start working with the rest of this. Give it a little bit of tension here. Again, I don't care about everything being all the way attached right now. What we can do is close holes on this guy though, so that we can get a better overlap. But I don't really care about it all being attached right now. I'll do that later. This is just like the sketch. We're just sketching. So I just kind of like grab things, overlap them. This guy right here probably needs to rotate, because what we're trying to do is get the bones to make sense, right? Like, bones basically, like, if you think about it, like, they're gonna go straight. If you look at your hand, and I know that this is, like, my own human hand as an example, but bones go, like, straight. Like, it'll go straight. Your hand, like, continues downwards. So if you have a finger that's kind of, like, this, like, would look really detached if it was, like, kind of skewed that way, but then the rest of the hand, like, it was pointing, like, this part was still going up, but this was kind of like, right? Like, so you have to remember that the phalanges continue downwards to the wrist area. I mean, that's true for animals as well. So if this were to stay like this, then we'd have to, like, push them out, right? Push them outwards. Otherwise, we're not getting that looking right. Guy, push it in. Hand bones are bizarre. Their hands are very complicated. Hey, DDS. Okay. How come I don't use all of them? Why would I use all of them? Why? What's the point in that? It's like, you know, if you're, that's such a, I don't know if you're trolling or not, because, like, I've heard of similar things, but it's just like, if you had a sketchbook and you had, like, you know, a bunch of different pencils, like, there's so many available pencils that you could have, right? Like, there's so many different types of pencils, but to ask somebody why they don't use every single pencil would be like, but why would I? You know, like, I find the ones that work for my specific instances, and that's why I use what I use. Why would I use all of the pencils? What's my new favorite feature in 2019? Definitely the camera. The actual camera, if you turn into perspective. I liked the real camera. Definitely, really into that. The 35mm, 50mm, 85. If I were to do anything, like, a lot of the time, like, I probably will be sculpting. I need to get more in the habit of keeping perspective on now. But at my initial stages of sculpting, I don't really, like, care about having perspective on, just because, like, I'm looking for shapes anyways. But afterwards, putting it on can help you judge if something looks good or not. I'd never really used the perspective mode that much before, just because I was fine without it, but then also because it wasn't really, like, a real camera. But in 2019, it's like a real camera now. It works the same as a real camera. Focal length and millimeter, lens millimeters, blah 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 blah. Okay, I am going to increase the size of this guy right here. Yeah, I use, so again, to everybody new just coming into this stream, if you're not familiar with my process, when it comes to the stretching polygons and things, that will actually help later on because I Dino Mesh later. This is a sketching, sculpting stream. I'm not going for a final polished look. This is sort of just like a conceptual thing, what I would do if I needed to get something out in, you know, one day, or what I do just for fun, for free, just to get ideas out of my head. Like, it's so quick, so fast that like I really thoroughly enjoy working this way. But again, like you know, the stretched polygons are actually going to help me with creating skin detailing and things like that later on, just for a quick sketch sort of an idea. Like when you open, for example, when you open your sketchbook, if you've ever sketched before, you know how you do an underdrawing? A lot of people do underdrawings. That's essentially what's happening here, but in 3D, like in clay. So you can kind of compare the two in a sense, where my shorthand is being applied here as a sketch. So I'm thinking of it as a sketch. I'm working at it as a sketch, right? Hey Mika, no, this is quite literally just for, like, it's a fun sculpt. I love when Eric's watching the stream and then like weirdos come in and they just propose to me or something, because then I don't hear the end of it afterwards. Muscles in the hands for the longest time, apparently they are all in the arm. Yeah, it's like ligaments and stuff, right? Like there's a thing right here. This is like a chunker, and your thumb too. Like they're like, most of it though, it's like your ligaments, like, and oh my gosh, my vocabulary sucks. Whew. Anyways, yeah, most of like muscles that are there to grab things and stuff, like all of that grabbing strength comes from your forearms. That's why when you've been working for a long time, if you're not doing your stretches, you're gonna get carpal tunnel, and all of that pain comes from here. So what you need to do, top tips time, is do your stretches, right? Every hour when you're working, one like this on both hands, right? Where you take your arm, put it straight, and then pull back on your hand like this. And then another one where you do it like this. So pronation and supination, both sides. And stretch those out. And you'll feel it on the top and the bottom. And it's very important to stretch like that. Yeah, there's an actual camera. So if you go into the draw menu, I'm sorry, the chat is kind of blocking it. That's why I made it a little transparent, but it's right here. So it should be automatically enabled in 2019. You got all your focal lengths here. You can you can adjust it however you want. You can even save your cameras. You can store your cameras down here. Oop. In 2019, you can store your cameras. And these, when you store your cameras too, you can actually export them in an FBX file, and you can, and it'll transfer over to Keyshot, it'll transfer to Maya, Max, blah, 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 as long as you have it stored in an FBX file. So you, same camera angle that you have in Zbrush, you can take it to other programs as well, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing for conceptual purposes as well, especially for rendering and things like that, where I just want to get like one angle. I don't care about like making the back of it look good. I just want, there we go, stick it right there. I like it. I like it a lot. You have 2018. Well, you can, if you have 2018, a perpetual license for 2018, you can upgrade for free. But here, I'll do another thing. So if you do want to get 2019, oh boy. Should have left that open. Look at me being dumb. Should just left it open. There we go. So if you do want to get 2019, you can actually, here, there's a $30 off code that I have. It's available until March 20th. So if you use this code, you get $30 off of a 6-month subscription to Zbrush. So I think that would be like 150 USD if you were to use this code, something like that. For 6 months of using the program. And then obviously if you want to get the entire program, it's all available on their site. You can see all of that. But if you do want the 6 months, if you don't want to commit to like the entire thing, then here's $30 off. I'm just like spamming it in front of people. Like I'm sure that you guys have seen this on my like social media or whatever, but I'm like spamming it because I know that this ends soon. And so I'm like, if you want it, you should use the code so you can save money. Oh, thank you so much. I'm unsure of how to pronounce your name on YouTube. Dubujos? I'm so sorry. I know that's not how you say it. I just have a very bad accent with anything ever. But I really do appreciate it. Bone notches on the hands tell the story where the muscles are. Can you show how the NPR filters work? Maybe at the end of the stream. I can't guarantee. I don't really have any of my own filters yet, but I can kind of like run through some stuff. I'll show you where the defaults are and things, but I'm not going to get too far into it. Maybe next stream I'll like have some stuff set up so I can run you through it, but I don't want to be fumbling around or anything like that. Have you tried the new 2D render aspect? Yes, I was actually a beta tester. That's where this is. This is a beta image. So this was the one of the quick sculpts that I did on this stream. And I made like a filter for it, and that's what it ended up looking like. So it's kind of like this interesting looking comic booky graphic style look. And this is all in Zbrush. Yeah, this is mine. And that's why I'm saying, like, use the code. Use the code if you want it. It's there. It's only there. It's only there until March 20. I don't know. I can't. Everybody always asks me, like, oh, do you have, like, any discounts for Zbrush or whatever? This is the only time I do. Oh, sorry. Okay, anyways. Here, I'll put it in chat so you don't have to. Here we go. Boom. Boom. And boom. Okay. Anyways. Alrighty. I don't think Facebook, I haven't gotten any anything from Facebook. Is Facebook even streaming right now, or it's probably having a problem, isn't it? I kind of want to see. Pixelogic. Does anybody know? Any insight? Yeah, it doesn't look like we're up on Pixo. All right, well, on Facebook, I mean, I think they're still having problems. Yeah, same with Instagram. Okay, whatever. You canceled Facebook. Too much negativity. Yeah, Facebook's like pretty. I don't know. I just use it for Messenger to keep up with friends. Otherwise. Yeah, I can't be bothered. Make this bigger. Alright, I think that will be cool. Gives you Mega Man feels? Yes, it's synthwave, right? I love that because it does have that kind of like video gamey retro feel. Getting some of that neck muscleage in there. Again, this will look more like muscles once I get the Dino Mesh going. Let's actually, I think I could splay these out a little bit more. Don't need them to be so like front facing. Probably grab that, put that there, down in the joint you go. And then grab these guys. Turn that out that way. And up. Yeah, a lot of fighting on Facebook. I agree. Like, I've gone through that as well. Oh my god. Hello from Egypt. Wow. Hello from Montreal. You have a problem? You don't know what's going on? What do you mean? Well, this right here is just sculpting. Like, we're just sculpting. Sketching, essentially. Global trouble. Yeah, it's having an issue. Learn ZBrush. How would you say you learned ZBrush the best? Classes or repetition or Googling YouTube stuff? You don't know how to do it. I think, honestly, like the best thing to do is, well, one, hanging out in these streams is really good because you can see what other people do, and it's not just me. Like, hang out in other people's streams as well. Other than, like, watching videos and tutorials and things, I would say, like, one of the best things that you can do is just get into the program and start using it. Like, I learned ZBrush because I just kind of, like, I shoved myself in there and I just started mucking around and some things stuck. And then when I didn't understand what certain tools did as I started doing things, that's when I would look up tutorials so that, like, I didn't get overwhelmed. So, like, let's say I would say, first of all, choose something super, super simple. Like, choose like a prop of something. Choose like a prop of some sort and kind of like go off of doing something super simple like that. Like maybe like you know, a knife, a dagger, a sword, a barrel, a pop can. Anything that's like really like straightforward that you can just do, and it's just like this tiny thing, very you know, very contained, because like an entire character is a lot of work. So when you're first getting into ZBrush, like of course, yeah, you can do like your own, like do the character stuff, you know, just mucking around in ZBrush and things. But I would say, like, if you really want to learn the program, is pick something specific that you can take from start to finish really easily, and that's really, really like simple. So let's say it was a barrel and you wanted to sculpt out like a stylized barrel, for example, and you wanted to sculpt out all of that like wooden stuff and make it look really nice and then paint it afterwards, like poly painted and things like that. I would say definitely do that. And then when you're running into issues Like if you're running into issues, like you don't know what Dynamesh means or what Dynamesh does or why you're having a problem with this specific tool, like maybe you don't know what Z-Remesher does or how to use it, like at that point in the pipeline, then you look up a tutorial based on that. So that's essentially like how I learn, is like I jump in, I start doing something, and when I run into an issue or I run into something that I don't understand, then I'll look up a tutorial based on that instead of like looking up everything all at once. And the great thing about Pixelogic is they actually have like a place for you to look at all of that. So Pixelogic /C Classroom. Here we go. So this Z Classroom. Here, let's see. Can I send it here? I don't know if you guys are getting any of those links. Like, I don't think I can actually send links. Can I? All right. Here. Z Classroom has like a lot of really great stuff from beginners to intermediate to advanced, tutorials on different features and how to use them and things like that. Yeah, because I just put it in Twitch chat. Like I don't think YouTube got it though. Hey Hachi! Do I like ZBrush 2019? Yeah, I do. There's not a whole ton different from 2018. Like all the tools that I was using before still function the same way, so. You can't hear the music? Well, you guys want the music louder? Choose the hard thing. You're really bad at painting. Well, you know, if you're bad at something, it's okay, because like the more that you do it, you're not gonna be bad at it anymore. That's just the rule of thumb, right? Music is a good volume. Okay, all right, no problem. Then I'll leave it. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this guy. Oh. We can do something like that. Actually, what I'm gonna do right off the bat is append one of these guys right here, make that super big so that I can have a physical floor to see what's going on here. Okay. Let me take off dynamic size so that I can get this guy a little bit bigger. So sometimes if your brush isn't big enough, you can just take off dynamic by pressing the space bar and then double clicking the dynamic size right there, and then your brush will get bigger based on what you want it to be. Ask Zbrush is a good YouTube reference. Yeah, it is. Like, so on you, like, also if you have like something that you really want to know that maybe isn't covered by the Ask Zbrush on YouTube, if you do hashtag Ask Zbrush on Twitter and then follow it with your question, sometimes they'll make like a whole video addressing that specific thing in Zbrush. But a lot of what is already asked has been addressed in Ask Zbrush, the Ask Zbrush playlist on YouTube. Why am I making a dragon when I could make a genie from Aladdin? Who in their right mind would make genie from Aladdin unless you were being forced to in a VFX dungeon? Oh man. Noman's pretty good as well, yeah. Needs to get a complete. Yikes. Well, I mean, Ralph, I can't really help you because I don't work for Pixelogic. I just stream here, just an artist. Hi, Mallory. It's my favorite 2019 feature. Like I said before, I enjoy the real camera being in there. That one I use. And the fact that you can now save the camera and take it from program to program, like the fact that I can save the camera in ZBrush and use that same camera in Keyshot is really, like, it's mint. It's not really, I mean, sure, Hussein, Hussein, I'm not really like thinking of anything particular, but yeah, like it's like a merge of like lizards and eels and stuff. Like I'm sure there's lots of different animals that you're gonna find in these designs. It's just Jafar. No, the genie was the worst. Yeah, you can import, so you can export cameras. I'm not sure if you can you import them? I don't know about import, maybe. I'm actually not 100% sure. You can import FBXs. So if you import an FBX with a camera saved into an FBX file, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to try it. I love this song, it's so stupid. thank you. I appreciate Hussein. Or Hussein, sorry. Oh my gosh. Favorite feature in 2019 is you can actually rename subtools. Oh. You couldn't do that before? Yikes. How long have I been working with 3D and how much time have I been working with Zbrush? 3D and Zbrush basically go hand in hand for me. It's the reason why I switched to 3D actually is because I tried Zbrush and then I was like, hey, actually maybe I want to be a modeler because I started out as a 2D artist. But I started using Zbrush when I was in 3rd year of college, so like 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago, something like that. IQs from here, the infinite space from here. Oh my god, he's so stupid. You have more of the streams than you do in your uni classes. I think it's probably because you see it in action. A lot of the time, like when you're in your university classes, unfortunately, you don't see things. You don't get like a hands-on experience, and with art it's very hands-on. It's less about, you know, the theory of things. Like it's better if you just were to get in and start doing stuff yourself. Well, sometimes you don't want the gizmo to appear automatically on unmasked areas. No, I know, but that one person was saying that they couldn't rename their subtools. So I was just like, oh, that's no fun. That's no good. We don't like that. Make this like a flat tail. Prepare for trouble. Make it double. Oh my god, Eric. Why? Why are you on YouTube? Alright, let's see. Is it possible to hotkey the move gizmo to unmask center function? You've never tried? I don't think so. I don't think that you can hotkey that, unfortunately. It was bugged for you for 6 months? Ay, yikes. Yikes, dude. Yikes. Big fluffy cattail, let's not. Let's not. Star Wars Episode 2 in this reminds me of the gecko-looking mounts in the arena scene. Oh! Yes! Yeah, it does. It's got that, well, it's got that gecko mount looking feel, right? Make a cameo in your stream? Yeah, Eric, come in here. Come in here and say hi. Just pop in behind me. Just be like, hello! He's camera shy. He'll never do it. I bet you guys he'll never do it. You ever get into likeness or portraits? Stylized stuff I do sometimes. When you switch between software, you end up with a problem of the gizmo not being placed in the center. Oh, is it like, do you move your, okay, but do you move your, do you move your asset when you go into another software? Do you move it off of the origin? Because if you do, then it might be weird when you move it back to Zbrush. Okay. He doesn't know how many are admiring his cute self. That's true. Oh, he's sleeping behind me. Wow. He'll probably get up if I do this. Yeah, this is gonna scare him. No, you can't really... See him down there? He's just sleeping. Yeah, got it. Okay. Doggo cam. Be way too hard to do doggo cam because he would never be in the same place for more than like 3 minutes. He moves around a lot. He's very high energy, even though he is sleeping right now. This is not a common thing. Like, he's usually like pacing around, like wanting to do things. Corgos are very, very high energy. Corgi bears. Desk is in the way. Darn, let me just move that real quick. No, I know you did, Eric. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate it. Do animals get nightmares? Yeah, they do. Monty got a nightmare once. Woke up, started barking. He got so scared he like woke up and was like, and then he like stood there like half like this, like, and then he shook. He was like, oh shoot, it's not real. Alright, so now we've got this stuff. Well, I mean, I could put the claws back there too. I should probably do that. Alright, let's get some claws going. Sleep with you so you can comfort them when they have bad dreams. Nah, he actually has his own place to sleep. He has his own place to sleep and he likes it. He actually gets really annoyed if we stay up past his bedtime and we're not taking him out. He starts like getting really like annoyed. Like, he runs into his pen. We have like a little crate for him. And he loves it so much. It's like his safety area. Actually, we can do this like a gecko foot too. It'll just be maybe a little bit more spread out. Do we want that? Do I want that? Yeah, so sometimes I just kind of like to have that one, like you know, like lizards just kind of like let that one side toe just kind of like slide off a little bit. This looks a little bit skewed right here. I'll fix the nail. But just having that like one kind of like that one little hand skewed off a little bit gives it that lizardy feel, like they're moving. Got that lizard foot. This, I don't like the parallels that are happening in the legs here. So I'll probably, yeah, pull that inwards more, pull this out more, give it a little bit more of a froggy look. There we go. 3 tips that you earn that you learn experiment. Wait, that you earn experimental. What are they? 3 tips to. So 3 experimenting tips? Do you mean like just experimenting tips in general? While you're experimenting, I guess the best thing to do is to look for shapes. Don't be afraid of trying different textures on different brushes. Like, you never know what happens when, let's say, you put on an alpha onto the snake hook like this, and then you turn it to, or you just leave it as that, but you have like this alpha on the snake hook. Hold on, I'll show you. One sec. When you're experimenting in Zbrush, put this up a little bit, and so you have an alpha on the snake hook, and suddenly you get like things that look like this, right? Which is really, really cool. And that can actually lend itself to a lot of really fast like sketching things, right? So if you do this, you can get like a really interesting surface detail for your creatures, and suddenly that's sort of like a carapace-y part. And if you're going fast, I mean. And another thing, you could just keep putting different alphas on. Here's another one with dots, and suddenly now you can get some kind of like, you can get some hair, right? If you do stuff like this, well, maybe not that, but you get the idea. What's another one? You can do. Again, you can do this with like all the brushes and just kind of like play with it and see what happens, like what kind of a look that you get from it. So you can get some really neat looking things if you play around with the alphas on different brushes in general. Like, this is great for horns and things like that. If you put on the spiral alpha to a snake hook brush, then you get like a really nice like horn, not horn, but like spike boom, right? So if I were to use it here in practice, let's just grab this, then, whoops. Wait. Not great with symmetry, but you get the idea, right? Like you can get some interesting bases for horns or spikes or anything like that. Again, not great with symmetry though. But yeah, you just like, that's probably what I would say for experimenting, is get in there, try some stuff, look for some exciting shapes, play around with different brushes that you wouldn't normally use them in ways that you don't normally think they should be used. Don't be afraid of breaking it. Oh yeah, so the folders are really great. So the thing is, like, when I'm sketching like this, I don't care. Like, I really don't care about, like, using folders or anything like that, because I'm just going really fast, and I can just, like, select the polygons that I need via this, and I also use this pizza box looking thing for my selections. But the thing is, like, the folders will be really, really useful for the projects where I have like an insane amount of subtools, right? Like something like this, I don't have that many subtools, so I don't need to worry about it. But when I have like a ton of subtools, or if I'm handing something off to a client, having the folders and everything organized like that is like really, really great to have. But I wouldn't use it for like a sketch like this. I have no purpose of using it. In fact, making folders and things like that for something like this simple would kind of like slow me down in my process. It might be really good for you guys, but for me, like, I'm so used to using just like selecting things and grabbing it like this. Like, you can save selection sets via adding things into a folder, but because I know that I'm not going to be using the folder like for very long, I'm actually going to be deleting the folder if I were to make one for this selection set for the fingers, because I'm just going to be merging that to the arm and merging this like later and just like Dino Matching it all. So the amount of folder creation, then deletion, then creation, deletion, to me, like at this point, like it wouldn't make sense for the way that I work. But for larger scale projects where I have like a ridiculous amount of subtools, and maybe I'm polishing something and it has a lot of subtools, mechanical things, for sure I would use the folder system. But for something like this, there's not really much of a point for me anyways. Am I a fan of mesh insert? You mean insert mesh? Yeah, I really do like insert mesh stuff. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. Insert mesh? No, I do insert mesh a lot. I do insert mesh a lot. I just don't always use the human inserts. Kind of want these eyes to be bigger. Here, look, I'll do an insert mesh here. I'll insert primitives capsule. There we go. And we'll make some teeth from these guys. Okay, where is this? Where's this guy? You can go away. You're in my way. And we can split the mask points. Grab this, sir. No, I don't want to delete it. I want to duplicate it. I'll bring that Creating this character has already existed in my memory. It was living on Earth in the past. Wow, that is a wacky thought to have. No, I don't think that this thing ever existed on the Earth at any point in time. If we're thinking about the multiverse theory, though, infinite multiverses, then maybe somewhere, at some point, this exists. But highly doubt that this was ever on the planet walking around. Have I 3D printed any of my models? No, I actually have not. I have not. That's still something that I gotta do. I don't know why, I've just never really, like, never been excited to do that for some reason. I think it's because I know how much prep goes into this. Do you ever get nervous live streaming? If I did it, you feel like you forget to look at the chat, must concentrate. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, that's why I stop working sometimes. I look at the chat and then I keep working. Like, it's you get used to it after a while. I'm not really nervous about it because I've done so many now that I know that even if people get upset, they'll just leave if I'm not talking enough. So it's like, okay, if I'm not talking enough for you, then, and you want to go, that's okay. I understand. I'm just, like, I'm here just to kind of, like, chill and have fun. Like, I don't want it to be a stressful experience for anyone, and myself included, so. You know, if you have questions, feel free to ask, but yeah, I'm not stressing, I'm not nervous. I mean, the first time I ever did a live stream, for sure, I was the big nervous. Actually, these guys would be better off up here rather than down. So we want to accentuate the downward curve with the teeth. So I'll throw this guy right over here. Throw this here. Throw that here. My first stream on this channel, yeah, I was very nervous. How am I very sure about that? Okay, sure. Maybe it was walking around on this planet at some point. Highly doubt that. There's never been any fossils of this thing discovered. Oh my gosh. Recently found that insert mesh is good for fixing issues with intersecting geo and Dino Mesh, like when masking clothing and the mesh gets tangled and has artifacts. Interesting. Well, I mean, if that works for you, then that's great. It was a journey. My enthusiasm is much more subtle now. I mean, if you think about it, like, how are you supposed to keep up that kind of energy for 4 hours straight every single week? Also, like, I'm an anxious person, so when I get nervous, my anxiety, like, the more anxious I am, the more nervous I am as well. The louder and more intense I'll be, the more hyper and energetic. It's very weird. I don't understand why I do that. I overcompensate all the time. So if I'm like super, super worried, then I'm gonna be like, ah, look at me. I don't want you to look at me, but look at me. Yeah, it's very, very backwards thinking, but that's what my brain makes me do. I don't know. So I'm very, like, the more quiet I am, the more comfortable I am. The stream that gave birth to all the memes. Maybe. I feel like there's been a bunch of consecutive streams that have been all meme-worthy. Oh, thanks, Garrett. I appreciate it. Why haven't I been streaming on my channel lately? Because I need to get my nonsense together. I gotta get myself together. I don't know what's wrong with me. I gotta... I will be coming back to streaming. I need to figure it out. I need to know... I just need to... Whatever, I'll figure it out. Hey, Knight, what's up? The internet is 30 years old today. Wow, happy birthday, internet. What creature is this? Just a whatever creature, really. Is it a cat modeling? I don't know, does it look like a cat? In a year, you'll be cussing and kidding. Oh my god! No, I won't. Stop that. Yeah, I hope we all do. Oh my gosh. Let's all just get it together. Get it together, boys. Get it together. Yeah, I know like a lot of people are expecting a much more energetic, upbeat stream, but the thing is like I can't keep that up for 4 hours. If it's like a short stream, then it's easy to just burn through all of my energy, but dude, like being like hype all the time, there's no way. I just want to be me. So this is me. And also, like, on top of that, it's, like, really difficult. It's really difficult to do art and talk at the same time. And, like, answer questions and stuff. Like, to use your brain that much. Surprise! Doing art actually uses a lot of brain power. Designing on the fly uses a lot of brain power. I'm always like totally wrecked at the end of these streams. Just want to veg. Again, like normally like if I'm doing like, you know, client work, I'm not talking to people at the same time. I'm just like zoned in. I just listen to music and I just whoop, that's it. I don't know though. I don't know. Is a dragonfish? Could be a dragonfish, sure. It could be whatever you want it to be. Boys. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's a fantasy creature. Best to sculpt the mouth open or closed like this, then open it when doing creatures like this. I like to sculpt them closed first so that I can see how things are fitting together, and then I open them up for a mouth sack. It depends also on the rig, like if the rig will need it open or closed. For something like this, usually riggers will want it like slightly open. From my experience anyways, I don't know if that's always true. Just because there's a lot going on here. Monster Hunter monster? Yeah, that would actually be so sick. If I could ever do anything for Monster Hunter, I would be like floored. Their monsters are so cool. Hey Alexander, how are you? Dinosaur species proves that we are using some memory to remember living things. Alright. I mean, I still wouldn't say that this specifically walked the earth. You're not being a bother. Oh my god, no, don't worry. I'm just like explaining myself, that's all. I just want to be me on the chat. Sometimes like people come in here being like, oh, you don't talk very much. It's like, no one's asking anything, so. What a weird cat, right? Is it best to sculpt the mouth? Oh yeah, I already got you. Does stimulate your brain. That's what exhausts it. It depends. Like I just drink tea. Like I don't usually have coffee on stream, honestly, because like I know that it's a big up and then a down. Water is my best friend. Yeah, I'm not really like a big coffee person. Hi Link, congratulations. Do I stream on my Twitch account or only to Pixelogic? I did stream on my account for a while. I've been taking a little bit of a break. The last stream that I did was on Christmas, but I will be coming back to my stream at some point, so you can feel free to follow me there if you want, for when I do make my inevitable return. Creature at rest to capture demeanor. Yeah, like, I mean, we're just sketching, right? Like, we're just doing, like, this is just an idea. That's what these streams are, is just, like, ideas. Just sketching. Just having fun. You'd pop a cock, yeah. It's like, it can be a lot. But it's fun. My experiments ever turned into actual production work? Yep. Yep. I can't show you that stuff though under NDA, but yep. I've been hired just specifically to do concept sketches. Like there was one client that had asked me to do like, hey, can you do 3 sketches a day? You know, I'll pay you day rate or whatever, and then do three sketches per day rate or whatever, and that was totally fine. So I would do 3. So basically what you see me do here on stream, I do like 3 different things, like iterations of things, send them off, just blasting through them, right? Like just tons, so that they just have somewhere to jump off of. A lot of the time I get hired for like pitching ideas. A lot of the stuff doesn't ever get like to final production, but you know, and I can never show it either because it's under NDA and it was a pitch, so, but yeah, it's, yeah. Awesome to get work on all the little endemic creatures in Monster Hunter. Yeah. That's your experience. Yes. You're yelling at your animals? What? Don't yell at your animals. Am I a freelancer? Yes, I am. How do I deal with the thicker parts like the head crest? With the thicker parts like the head crest or membranes? Oh, you mean the thinner parts? Like this? Well, right now it's not Dynamesh, so it's gonna be very like bleh. But if we're talking about film, then it's always going to be some sort of like double-sided geo for something like this, because if you had it head on, you would still want to see a thickness, or if you had it as one-sided geo, like a card, I can imagine that working for a game. But you know, in a game, maybe you would have, you know, a like double-sided piece of geo, like a spine sticking up like straight right here. just so that on the front view it didn't look like nothing was there. And then in between, for all the membranes, you could have just cards. So one just planes, and then texture those. But in film, like, it would be a two-sided geo thing, unless, again, you wanted to do it that way as well. But the double-sided geo does help with rendering and making it actually feel like it's a physical object. Masking on your brush. Yeah, so okay, so in your brush, so yeah, so in your sculpting as well, if you're not talking about modeling, in your brush menu, I'm sorry if you can't see this because the chat is kind of like blocking it, but down in masking, auto masking right here, there's like an auto masking tab. It says auto masking, and then you can go down and click backface mask. So I actually use backface masking on my clay buildup brush, and so when backface masking is on, you can, hold on, I'll take that off. You can basically sculpt on one side without it pulling from the other side. And then if you turn it off, you'll see if you sculpt on this, it'll pull from the other side as well. But if you have backface masking on and you do that, it won't. So that's essentially what I like to do. I'm actually, okay, before I actually get into this and like start finishing this guy up, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I think everybody should get up and stretch. It's been 2 hours. So I'll put him here. All right, where's and I'll be back in a second. Not a second, but you feel. Still stuck on modeling lots and lots of rocks. So. Yeah, rocks. Oops. BRB. Move this BRB thing over here. And then we'll put on this guy right here. So there we go. All right, I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break and pet my dog for a second, and then I'll come back in like 2 minutes. All right? Okay, be back. Here we go. All right. What's the meaning of be right back? Or BRB, yeah, it means be right back. And now I am back with Doggo. With Doggo who wants my mouth, and you're not gonna have my mouth. There we go. There's the Monty. Because we haven't shown him here in a little minute. Here he is, the good boy. He's gonna do it. He's gonna climb up. No, he needs the help. He's too afraid of chairs by himself. Like, he won't jump on chairs. He won't jump on tables. He's too afraid, but he's also a good boy. Can you Dynamesh one or selected subtools versus everything? One or selected subtools versus everything? What do you mean? Like, oh, do you mean if you click Dynamesh, will all of them be Dynameshed at the same time? Like all the subtools? No, like if you have one subtool selected, that's the subtool that will be Dynameshed, basically. Yeah. Monty boy! Wow! Aw, yes, you like snuggles. He's a mommy boy. He's a big mommy boy. Yes, corgis are so good. He's such a mommy boy. Like, literally, like, the second that, like, if I put him out in the main room and I come in here and I close the door, he starts, like, barking at every noise that he hears. He's like, but if I'm out there with him, he can calm down. He's such a mommy boy. He loves Eric, too. He loves Eric for play. He sees Eric and he's just like, oh my god, it's time for playing. But he's such a mommy boy. Aren't you? Yeah, look at you. Look at you, like just being a total, like... Look at you just being a total cuddle bug. He's a mommy boy for this dog mom, yes. People are dying and dogs are dying. Good sculpt, okay. Okay, alright, that's enough. Enough of you. Enough of you. On the ground. Alright, let's get back to this. I'm gonna have to give you another bath. You're all starchy. The thing about corgis, they're so close to the ground and it starts getting muddy and it's a nightmare because, like, all of them gets mud. Because they're just basically the ground. They don't have the rest of their legs. So if you're looking at this thing on the screen right here, this is an image that I did for the beta. Let me get rid of the BRB thing. I'm just gonna say this really quick before we get started. So this is an image that I did for the beta. The bugs here that you see, that was an episode that I did during one of these streams. I actually made this bug so you can go back and check it out, this alien bug. But with some of the filters applied, like this is one of the filters that I created during the beta, and I applied it to a poly painted model here, and it ended up looking like a 2D graphic design kind of comic-y looking thing, which is actually really cool. It looks very, very graphic. So that was really cool. But what I wanted to say is that this like code down here is available until March 20th. And people like ask me, like they DM me all the time, like asking like, oh, like, do you have like any way of getting like a cheaper version of Zbrush or whatever? Well, here's the cheapest that I can give you. There's a $30 off of one, like, you know, if you get a 6-month subscription for Zbrush, you can get $30 off of it up until March 20th. So if you want 6 months of Zbrush, this is a $30 off coupon. It's only available until March 20th though, otherwise I don't have anything for you, so it's there. If you want it. It's there. Right here. Alright. Alright, and then anything else? Nope, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. As a doxy. Oh, you mean like a, what are they called? The wiener dogs? I want one of those because his name is Monty. I want a wiener dog and call him Python. Hey, Adrian. Yeah, Zbrush is a great investment if you're really serious about like things like character modeling. Even environment modeling. Whoops. Alright, let's see here. Let's get... Actually... We'll just inflate all of this because we're gonna end up dynameshing all of this and it'll fix all of that. fix all of this. Fix everything. So do not fear. Wiener dog, yeah. Especially folders, yeah. If you use if you make a lot of sculpts with like a lot of subtools and you need to move things around, like especially mechanical things, if you do a lot of hard surface work in Zbrush, folders are amazing. Especially you know, just in general, actually handing off to clients, I'm finding the folders to be a really great addition, just because then everything's organized and easy to send off, like in case other people need to pick up your work, then you can name all of the folders accordingly. Like here, this is all for the arm. Don't mess it up. Zbrush in 2009, you have enjoyed the free upgrades ever since? Yeah, that's like, it's really great. At that point, you're almost getting the program for basically free, right? Like, you've used it for so long, and yeah. I wasn't using Zbrush in 2009, so I can't say the same. I'm glad that I did start using Zbrush, though. I'm actually wondering, do we want to do the wings, or do we want this to be like, hold on, let's see. Oh. Is it a mount? Oh, shoot. Suddenly is a mount. Oh. That we could do like a quick strap just for the lulz. I just kind of want to put it in there just for the lulz. Actually, we don't want that big. Do that. Oop. There we go. And then we'll accept it. Wait. Split. Hee hee. Oh, how cute. Oh, hey Brendan, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Guys, if you don't know Brendan, he also streams on the Pixelogic channel. He's a freaking bad arse. Can't swear, so bad butt. Bad good butt. Yeah, he's awesome. Definitely check out Brendan's streams. He's he does amazing stuff. And thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Bought the first version for $200 in 2004. Been free ever since. Yeah, that's an amazing investment. If you bought it all the way back then and you're still using it, it's you basically paid nothing for it, right? Any tips for learning ZBrush? Yeah, like they said, watch tutorials. I mean, like Z Classroom. So pixelogic.com/Z Classroom has a bunch of stuff for you. Watch a bunch of these streams as well. You can check that out. But yeah, I'd say like the best thing for learning ZBrush is to just get in there, get your hands on it, get hands-on, right? Start like messing stuff around. Really love this song. I just kind of like have this playlist going on repeat. This is not really... This one hasn't played at all today, but this one, it's because it's from Miracle of Sound. All of their stuff kind of sounds the same. But I do like Miracle of Sound, but it's like able to be played on YouTube without it getting copy striked. Great to chat. Yeah, catch one of the streams. Yeah, I know. I have been floating around. I don't know. Man, I miss those days when I was like at work. I would just like hang out in Brendan's streams, like on his personal channel, and I'd just be like, "Hey, Brendan, hey," and then eventually one day you noticed me. Senpai noticed. I still remember the day that Senpai noticed. You were like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It was during the Journey challenge on ArtStation. I was doing that. I'd only just started streaming, and I think you were also doing the Journey challenge. And I was like, hey Brendan, hey Brendan, hey Brendan, every single day, and then eventually it's like, oh hey, hello. Monty! Oh, you ate your food. Good boy. Good job. Now in your place. Get your butt over there. In your place. Get your fuzzy ass down on the ground. There you go. Good boy. It was so long ago, I know. I know. It was so great, though. Wait, am I, like, actually making, like, a mount chair right now? Is this what's happening? Am I actually doing this? No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why am I doing this? Stop. 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 We must stop. We must stop. We must stop. Okay, it's there, but I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna do it. Hey, Soul! Oh my gosh, the old school people are all here. Holy crap, how are you doing, Soul? Monty! Relax, get in your place. I told you to be in your place, go. Fuzzy butt, ground. Good. Stay. Stay. Right? Stay. Good. Yeah, I know you see me. You stay there. None of this barking. Stay there. Alright, I'm gonna start Dino Matching and stuff. So I'm gonna save real quick. I'm gonna Dino Match this guy. Actually, we could do a little bit higher resolution. There we go. So, like I said before, you see how all of this like artifacting, it's now turning into some sort of like details that I can build off of. That's sort of why I just leave it at such a low resolution, because I actually enjoy building off of that later on. Just for quick sketches anyways. Messing around with the new features in 2019? Nice. I feel like everybody is, you know? It's a good thing. Everybody messing around. It's how you learn. Mess around with it. Woo. Oi, Monty. What did I tell you, boy? Hey Toph, not sure. Some sort of lizard thing. I don't think ZBrush in Photoshop is all you need. I mean, if you're a concept artist, maybe, but if you're a character artist, you definitely need more than that. Definitely need something like you know, a 3D, an actual like full 3D suite, like Maya, for example. Yeah. Max. You like, oh my god, stop. Stupid song. Buy it if you're contracting. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Soul. Appreciate it. I'm not putting feet on it yet. That's not happening. We're not getting human feet. I know what you're gonna say, Soul. It's not happening. Oh, man. Is Moto still around? Yeah. Blender. Ay, here we go. Knew somebody had to. Just can't help yourselves. So this is this is Blender people when they hear like other softwares are being mentioned, like if any kind of a software is being mentioned and somebody hasn't mentioned the Blender people haven't mentioned Blender in the last like 2 seconds. Yeah. Go. Sometimes I'll just kind of like to do some random lines based on what's going on with the overall feeling, the flow of the character. So a lot of these lines, like these wrinkle lines and stuff, I do just to help the flow of the character. chunk in a bit of the underlying jaw here. That there would be a bit of a, like these are like the teeth that are coming down in here. Give a little bit of that underlying feeling under the skin. And then this can kind of like build up on itself, all that fattiness. Ow. What did I Google to find that specific picture? Don't ask me. Holding breath meme. That's what it was. Hi Rythik, how are you doing? Thanks for calling me a bum, you bum. Do I post on art channels? Yeah, I post, sorry, my shoulder's kind of like messed up. Yeah, I post on Instagram, ArtStation, Facebook. I post basically everywhere. I have a whole bunch of socials. You can follow, like, find me at, like, quite literally anything. A cubed, A_cubed. There'll be variations of the thing, but, here, hold on. I'll grab. Instagrammies. I can't go on Instagram right now because something's wrong with it. I can't go on Instagram. I don't know why. It's stupid. Facebook's being dumb as well. But I'll show you my ArtStation, I guess? Why is the internet being dumb right now? Happy birthday, internet. You're dumb. Okay, let's see. So I've got, oh my gosh, seriously. Oh my gosh, I'm having like problems. I'm having problems. Somebody save me from my own hell. Yikes, bro. Come on, you can use this. You've used the internet before, Ashley. All right, there we go. Here we go. Here's my ArtStation. Feel free to follow that because I can't open my Instagram, which has a lot more up-to-date stuff, but here's my ArtStation anyways. Sorry, there. Canada got banned from Facebook and Friends. Yeah, I think it's just like, it's just gotten like a complete, like, I don't know, maybe they got doxxed or something. I don't know what happened, like a DDoS attack, sorry. I don't know. Yes, Brendan's work is amazing. Everybody go follow Brendan. Go follow that boy. The world is ending. The world is ending like every day. I feel like there's a fire every day. Today it's Facebook and Instagram. Unbelievable. All right, there you go. Back to business. Wait. Alright, and then I will just, I guess I'll just Dino Match this. Doesn't really matter. This one's like a real nasty bit. This guy. So these ones I'll put into a folder just so I can hide and like hide it. Yeah. There we go. Turn that off. Oh, do I still have this? I do. That's why it was being so weird for me. Oh my gosh. Still have my alpha on. So annoying. Why did I do that? Yikes. Actually, I don't want that. I'm gonna bring this in more. I lied. Still kind of want that like out bit, but I don't want this to come out the same way that it was. There we go. This big boy. I'm going to attach here and around. Go. So this is why I like working with like these really like stretchy polygons when it comes to sketching like this, is because I can get so much of this stuff happening, and this is so fun for attachments, like little stretchy skin bit attachments and things. Like it just feels so great. So that's another reason why I like working at that resolution. And then we'll round this guy off, throw some of that guy on top. Actually fill this in. I don't like this. I decided against this. I don't want that. And we'll bring that in. Want more. This guy prominent right there. Actually bring that like that. Have that out like so. Again, stretchy skin bits is the best. Love it. This whole chest part, we do need it to come out more like this. So it makes more sense, but that can come up. There we go. And then this guy with his shoulder can come down. There we go. Alright, I'll check out the chat because I haven't been looking. Wow, you guys talk so much! Oh, you guys are talking about a whole bunch of modeling tools. Okay, okay. I said the dreaded word, oh no! Nerves! Oh, they said nerves. I thought you said that maybe I said something bad. You guys said nerves. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Does anybody even... Oh, I guess, yeah, there's probably some uses for nerves still. I just can't think of any. Personally. Remember that? I don't... Oh god, what is it? What is it, Soul? I can't click it. What's going on? What is this? Loading so slow. Oh my gosh, you still have the Jar Jar thing. That's so funny, Soul. And you put the NFR, the non-photoreal, the NPR filter over top of it. Oh man, that's so funny that you still have that sculpt. That's so funny. Hey Cold, how are you? Hey Renard. Oh, hey, how are you doing? My goodness. My goodness, everybody's in here tonight. Actually, I don't know if Renaud is still in here. I'm just butchering your name really bad. You guys should go and check out his channel as well. Fuck, I freak, I don't even know if you're still in here. I wasn't even looking at chat. Oh, I can't say anybody's name. I can barely say my own name. Hey Dustin, how are you doing? See the Gene Hackman portrait done in NURBS? I don't want to know. I feel like it's gonna be like one of those things where like, honestly, like the people like, oh, somebody did like, somebody painted like a whole like, you know, the Mona Lisa in MS Paint, and you look at it, it's like, I can't even do that in Photoshop. I can't even do that in Photoshop or like in real life, and this person's here doing it in pixel form on MS Paint. Like, I don't want to feel worse about myself. Nerves is a bad word. The D is silent. Renaud. Oh, Renaud? Renaud. Nervously brushes hair. Yeah, I'm gonna get it wrong again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys should definitely go and check out his stream though. You were doing, I think last you were doing one of those pinups. The pinup girls. The sailor girl? Freaking awesome. I think. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. There's so many names to keep up with when you're in the streaming verse. Got it. Hey! You're a couple days of being done. Awesome. I'm gonna have to check out your stream if I catch you live and I'm not preoccupied with meaningless other things. Yeah, Renaud is a badass. A bad butt. I mean, a bad good butt. I mean, I can't say that word on stream. God. Trying not to swear is a very difficult thing, guys. It's very hard. Very hard for me. Actually, a lot of things are really difficult for me. Talking's hard, breathing's hard, living's hard. Life is hard. Actually, let's grab this. Yeah, there we go. You can always remember yours because of the sinful taint that came with it. Yes, Cheese. I will always remember you, Jordan. Always remember you. Breathing is the worst, isn't it? Isn't it? Breathing is just like come on. Come on. What is this? What is this ancient thing that our bodies need to do? Air? Pff, trash. Get it out of here. Trash. Trashy, trashy, trash. I honestly don't even know what we're listening to right now. Enjoy this royalty-free music, or copyright-free, or whatever free music that doesn't get destroyed on YouTube. Adulting is hard for most artists. I feel like for most people, honestly. Then again, I go on Instagram and I see all these people on Instagram living like this, like, I wake up and then I meditate and I drink my cleanse juice and I get all my work done in the cafe and I live a good life. And I go to yoga and I look amazing and life is amazing. You should do my morning routine and use my code for my cleanse juice. And I'm just like, oh, guess I don't have my life together. Need to drink more cleansing juice, honestly. I think that's the key. Breathing is for the weak. Breathing is for the living. The weak living. The mortals. Honestly, if you breathe, you're such a mortal. You're such a human. Use my code for my cleansing juice to make you not human. And you won't have to breathe anymore. It's called dead juice. It's called art. It's called poison. It's called rat poison. I mean, not for rats though. It's definitely a cleansing juice. It'll cleanse you from being human. I mean, that's true, Ed. I heard a lot about that. That's definitely a thing, apparently, and that makes me sad. That makes me sad that that's a thing that people go and buy. I don't think I like this thing in the center right here. I'm realizing that. I'm gonna go backwards. Go back in time. Go back. Back. Go back. I think what I want is to pull this part in front. Yeah. And not have this separate. I'll just end up merging these together. Oh my god, does anybody get those ads on Instagram, like merge dragons or whatever? It's so annoying. I see it everywhere. It just won't stop. Merge dragons, merge dragons. I'm like, stop, please. Please, I don't care about merging dragon game. They look stupid. Get it on my face. Merge dragons. Guess the advertisement worked though, right? It's in my head. People don't realize how hard CG is. I feel like breathing's harder. I mean, once you start doing CG, maybe you'll start realizing how hard it is for you specifically. Maybe it'll be easy for you specifically. Really depends on the person. Some people are able to grasp certain concepts better than others. For me, breathing is very difficult. Okay, now I want to try and grab some of this right here and make a little dingle dangle. A little dingle dangle. Yeah, we'll do that right here. There we go. Oh boy, we love our little dingle dangles. Oh, gotta do that again. Ooh, isn't that interesting? That could be really cool, but that's not for right now. No, we're gonna do a tiny dingle dangle. Mini dingle dangles. Whee! We don't like that. We only want the one dingle dangle. I just realized I only want the one dingle dangle. And that is how it's gonna be. see more annoying things on Instagram than Merge Dragon. Yeah, I mean, like, there's tons of annoying ads, but Merge Dragon is the one that just is like pumped onto my Instagram for some reason. I think it's because I use the tag like creature and creature design and stuff like that on my posts so often, so it's just like Merge Dragon. I don't want to play it. I don't. Please stop giving me that. They're old models in Zbrush Blueprint. I'm not, but if you are and you're enjoying it, then that's pretty sick, pretty fun, pretty awesome. Understand how you make those curves? Like, can you talk about how it works? What curves? Like, you mean like these? Like how I just like drag it out and turn it into a curve? Well, I use snake hook, so if you want to make like a curve, I mean, you could easily just like kind of like, you know, I like masking off an area, so just like mask off whatever, and then pull it out with a snake hook, and you can smooth it and stuff like that. Okay, low-key, maybe this is kind of cool right here. Hold on, hold up. Do we like this? Do we like that? Bro, do we like that? Bro, did this accident turn into something I actually kind of like? And then we turned it into like some spikes along the... Bro, what? Oh. But yeah, I don't really know what you mean by like how I get those curves. Like, I do a lot of inflating and smoothing. Okay. I don't like that. I lied. Bro, that's nice, bro. Bro, what brush you use, bro? Never be passive, Commander Shepherd. The way they are related to each other? My phone probably recorded those keywords, merge and dragons. Oh my god. A good curve. Can you talk about how they appear good? Okay, so when I'm thinking about curves, I'm also thinking about like the taper. Alright, let's go to Messy Ball. Let's go back in time with Messy Ball right here. So if I'm gonna pull out a curve from here, okay. So I will, you know, I'll do something like this and it looks really messy and you're like, oh, well, that's not the curve that I really wanted. Well, you can just smooth it out, right? And then you're gonna get something like this. And this is a little bit like gross on both sides, like it's not even. So you can use the inflate tool and then the snake hook to kind of like move it around. And even if it doesn't look exactly like the way that you want it to initially, with smoothing and stuff, you'll start to get a good curve. I like to make sure that there is a healthy amount of taper, right, from one end to the next. And that taper actually can help making a curve look good or not. So, and also a healthy C shape to it as well, or a U shape. So if you had something that's more like this, like that might be good for certain things, but that's not a super appealing curve. But if you give it more of a width, where it has more of that like circular feeling to it in general, oval or circle feeling, you can start getting things looking a little bit more like you want it. It's a lot of like smoothing out, inflating, whatever, you know, you Dino Mesh it, and then, you know, smooth it out, and then you can inflate it a bit, smooth, and then you have like a hook or whatever. So that's sort of what I do when it comes to curves, is I just kind of like pull and push and then smooth and inflate until I get things that I kind of like. And I'm looking for tapering and just overall, like, you know, when you're looking at this, it starts small, so your eye is led to the larger areas. You know, like your eye automatically like goes down here, but this part of the neck, it, like, you know, your eye is led right back up here because it gets big and then it gets small, right? Like this sort of line right here. I don't know if you can kind of let me. Yikes, dude. Okay. how do I explain shape language? So this is even a curve right here. This thing right here is even a curve, but even this gets kind of small at the at like, you know, at the head area, and it's all pointing. Everything should be pointing in a sense to the eye. So this comes up to the eye. This is going over, you know, the teeth lead up to the eye, that sort of a thing. This stuff leads down to the eye. So the curves, like what makes a curve look good is sort of like, it helps with the flow of the character. If you're thinking of the overall flow, overall composition of the character, then your curves might start looking better as well, instead of just having them fly off in any old direction. You kind of think about how those curves are going to play into your overall design. So you think about a composition, you kind of think of an overall painting, but a character also has a composition of itself. So when you're doing character design, you want to think about where on the character your eye is drawn to, and curves essentially will lead you to that. Or if you have more of a bulky character, something that's made out of like chunks, like, you know, blocks and stuff like that, then yeah, like you can do the same thing, not with curves, but like, you know, with incremental sizes and things like that. But everything like should kind of like lead to a certain area, like, you know, the face of your character, for example. Figure out what the focal point of your character is going to be, and then use that as like, you know, everything is gonna kind of start pointing in that direction, right? So like there is like, you know, an overall flow. And then you see here too, so I've got this line right here, and then there's this line, and so you see how like there's all this bigger space and then it gets smaller. So that's another thing too, right? So bigger space and it gets smaller. And that is super important to keeping your eye interested. If you had, so I'm gonna erase all this. Blip, 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 blip. Get out of here, 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 get out of here. So if I, for example, had this at the exact same sort of like feeling all the way up without getting like smaller, and it was just the same, that looks super boring, and your eye just kind of gets stuck on it. Like, it's not really like, it doesn't lead you anywhere. So if you think of like the larger areas being like maybe where you start, right? Where your eye starts, or where it can rest for a second. I mean, so the larger areas are where it rests, but you also think about like speed. So if you think about like going around a corner, like the tight turns, your eye is going to go through pretty quickly. Whereas the large ones, it's going to go a little bit like slower. I don't know how to, maybe like a pressure. I don't know how to make a metaphor for this. Anyways, like the larger areas are rest areas, and the smaller areas are more detailed in a sense. So you're going to start in like, let's say right here, and your eye is just going to be like, and then like really like get focused over here. So you can feel the flow get more intense, more pressured in this area, I guess is a way to explain it. Oh man, I'm sounding like a freaking kook right now. I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm very bad with my words. I hope my visuals were not too painful. Ouch. Yeah, no worries, Zoe. Or, yeah, Zoe. Yeah, combining happens later for me. Yeah, they'll get smoothed out. Everything will get like smoothed out and stuff. All right, okay. Let's do some Dino Match here. Again, I'm looking at curves here, so you see this, follow it, whoosh, right down into there. So if I were to take, here, I'll do another quick snapshot as to why I just did what I did. Here we go, I'll do this. So you see this right here. Whee! Boom. See that? Is that, oh wait, no, you can't see that. See that? My bad. So it just kind of like there's a flow that I'm adding to everything, and then right here this is, oops, oh my gosh, hello, this right here, so you can see that this space is bigger than right here, so it's a taper that happens, and then another one, right, small and then big. So you can see how these shapes are interacting with each other. There's like a flow that's happening here. Does that make sense? Nothing in nature is parallel. Exactly, yeah. Having things that are parallel is very mechanical. So if you're doing something mechanical, that's like, you know, there's like a purpose to it. But if you want something to exist organically, having parallels is not a good, no. No. Bezier curves, exactly. There we go. The man got it. I'm so bad with my words, it's like unbelievable, but I'm trying to show as best as I can. My words are awful. I've got like the worst vocabulary when it comes to talking about shape design, shape language and stuff. I just say that thingy majiggy, you know, does this make sense? Draws around on a whiteboard. Look. Like I said, breathing, talking, eating, living, it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard work. You dream about them. How do I make a curve look awesome with as minimum points as possible? Oh my god. Oh man, dreaming of curves. I would die. I would have a very, very, very bad time with that. I remember doing like anything 3D. I remember the first time I started like retopologizing things when I was in school, and it was like the first time I was like really into getting into modeling. So it was like I was just learning retopology, and I remember like I used to like dream about retop, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I just like retopped the same model in my dream, and now I'm here retopping it again. And everywhere I looked, I saw topology. Thank God it's not like that anymore. But I guess like with anything, like if you do enough of it, you're just gonna get right back there again. You're just gonna be thinking about them too much. I don't want to dream of curves. We've got an hour. Alright, yeah, I can probably knock this guy out in an hour. No problem. I just need to like focus a little bit more because I haven't really been sculpting. I've just been like talking. Probably like chunk this entire dude out in the next hour. Alright, let's see, how are these legs looking? Really awful. Yes. We will Dino Match this and it'll look fine again. To everybody who's like cringing about my workflow, like I understand. I get you. I know. I know. When I'm sketching, I do this. When I do professional work, not as much. Alright, and then we will merge dragons. Merge these guys down in there. And then I will Dino Mesh everything. All right. Let's merge Arinos. Merge down. No, I shouldn't have done that. Ah, that's okay. A lot of groups. Yikes. Okay. All right. There we go. Yep. Down. Yikes. 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 Okay, there we go. And then where are these ugly legs? Go up. Merge down. Alright, there we go. And before I hit the magic button, we're gonna save and Dino Mesh. Everything has an arc. If something looks weird, add arc. If it'll look more believable. Yep. Arc is one of the rules of Disney animation. Just animation in general, actually, arcs are great. When it comes to shape, language, and appeal, I highly recommend the class made by Dylan Eckern. Oh, dude, he's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Look up Dylan Eckern. You understand life after watching that? Yeah. Oh, man, that's great. It's a heavy day everywhere. Aw, Pepe, what's wrong? The famous me. Oh, so famous. Oh, so famous. How you doing, AVPN? Thanks, Star. I appreciate it. You like the feet? The messy feet? Oh, gee, thanks. You consider releasing like a Monster Bash kit on Gumroad or something? Yeah, I've considered it, but I also like, I don't want to like, I don't know. I'd want to actually spend time making it something that people could use and release sort of like a how-to and a why with it. Like, the thing is, like, with these sort of like kit bash things, there's a lot of like new artists that start kit bashing right off the bat, and I think that that's like a really bad thing to do. Like, you should really be like looking into anatomy. You should be, you know, doing your basics, your fundamentals and things. And so if I were to release a kit bash kit, I wouldn't want to just put it out there for anybody to just start like making their creatures with like these parts and then thinking like, hey, I did it, because you're not learning anything. And so if I were to put out anything like that, I would want to put a little bit of thought behind it, and it wouldn't be just a kit bash kit by itself, if that makes sense. Because I know that a lot of people, like, just coming into creature design, just coming into character art, follow me and ask for these kinds of things, and I think that it is actually kind of harmful to just give that rather than tell you the why and the how behind what you're doing, and try to get you guys to like figure that out as well. Because you can't really like take shortcuts, right? Like, there's not really, you shouldn't be taking shortcuts with learning anatomy and for character design and things like that. When it comes to production work, having a kit bash library is amazing, but again, only if you really understand your fundamentals. If you don't really know what you're doing, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And I think that's where a lot of the people would be interested, is that, like, you know, a lot of people would be interested in getting it, and they wouldn't even really have any of that fundamental knowledge. And that's why, like, I haven't really actually put it out there, because like my consciousness, I'd just be like, oh, I'm doing a disservice by putting something like that out there. $500, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's so brutal. Looks like the new Pokemon water starter. Oh god, Pokemon starters. makes them think that that if they buy it, they will be instantly as good. Yeah, see, that's another problem that I have as well. That's why I don't really like when I'm on these streams too. I'm using vanilla brushes. Like I'm using Zbrush vanilla brushes, right? Like I'm not using anything fancy. I'm not using anything that doesn't really just come with Zbrush, because I'm trying to like show you guys you don't need to rely on these fancy like brushes to make your art good. You need to understand the fundamentals of shape design and as we were talking about before, curves and, you know, my gosh, my vocabulary is awful, but just overall like art fundamentals, right? And using vanilla ZBrush, using even just like if you're starting to paint in Photoshop, just using a hard round brush and doing studies with just a hard round brush, because then you're forced to not take shortcuts. You're forced to actually look at the material that you're working from and learn from that and work from that. And so when you know that you can do it with a sharp round brush in Photoshop, right? When you're painting with just that, then you know that you're getting your fundamentals down, and the other tools will help you do it faster, but they're not going to do it for you. Hey Bobby, how are you doing? Guys, also follow Bobby. Bobby's amazing. I love Bobby's work so much. If you guys like creatures, please go follow Bobby. He's amazing. There I am. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bobby does like dude. Oh my god, the amount of amazing anatomy. Look, oh god, I don't know. Follow Bobby. Just do it. Follow him. Rayquaza chicken. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Wait, so where did I put the little mount chair? Oh. Oh, Monty, what are you scratching at? Actually, it would technically be like this. Yikes. If I really wanted this, I wouldn't I wouldn't be doing it this way. My gosh, I would not be doing it this way if I wanted this here. What am I doing? I don't even want the chair on here, the final. Why am I doing this? Why do I do this? It's a very good question. Just cause it's fun. Cause it's funny. I don't know. Okay, wait, where's the 24-hour sculpt stream when? Never. I would die. I would literally want to die. Oh my god, I would actually want to die. Wait, can I? I am a body part. Oh, they don't have the full. We could. I've never actually tried Frankensteining a person with the IMM body parts. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Wait, let's see if we could get like the default ZBrush, the default ZBrush person in here. Like super average man. Like box. We're super average man. Demo head. I mean, there's demo soldier. Do they not? All right, we can use demo soldier. No, I don't want to change the project though. What about a tool? Can I bring in? Oh yeah, here he is. Super average man. Super average man, come in here. There we go. Append the super average man. I love this. Oh my gosh. They do have a dragon skeleton, yeah. Here we go. Oh, what a beaut. What a beaut. I'm procrastinating. I am bad. You look so stupid. Get on there, man. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is fantastic. This is exactly what we do here on this stream. This is the serious stuff. Ready to ride to war. Yes, sir. So ready. Oh man, those shoulders just make me so happy. Those shoulders make me the happiest. Like, he's like holding onto the chair, like, oh god, what's happening? Why am I here? There we go. Feeling when you have a chiseled body and people refer to you as super average man. I know. His name is Super Average Man. Look, Super Average Man, low. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Get that chest puff. Wait, I know. Wait, why is his arms on one? How come his arms are so skinny on this angle? Maybe that's why he's Super Average Man, because his muscles are just, wow. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're gonna keep sculpting now. Constipated on a giant lizard, yes. What's that? Oh my god, yes, Brendan. Oh, that's so funny. Come at me, bro. Come at me. So stupid. Yeah, I need to do this. Yeah, and then this guy comes up over top. Which technically, it's fine. It's fine for right now. It'll pass in one view. Anatomy's wrong, but that's okay. It's not actually okay, but I'm gonna say it's okay. It's okay for now. Hey! Oh my god. Monty! God damn. In your place. Go. Oh. Lay down. Please stay. Stay there. Stay. Oh man, reminds me of a heavy metal magazine cover. Oh man, Sam needs to be a busty chick that. Oh yeah. All right, I see what you're doing. Yeah, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST, I'm here. Almost every Wednesday. Borg scare, yeah. Yeah, I know. He's got such a shrill bark. Like, it just, like, it permeates every bone in your body. Like, a lot of the time when he barks, I can actually feel it in my teeth because it's so shrill. Oh, thanks, Simon. I appreciate it. Alright, what do I want to do? Right, I'm doing this lizardy back bit. No, I'm gonna do the hand bits here. So this, I'm gonna actually duplicate. And bring this guy backwards up tiny. Do you want it back there? Nah. Do we want that? No. I feel like that's just gonna look really, really extra stupid. Nope. Nope. Delete. I don't want it. 4 is enough. Alright. We're gonna merge these guys down. Merge dragons. God. Alright, where's your ugly legs? Put your ugly legs down here. Merge them with your ugly toes. And Dino Mesh. A little bit higher res, please. So we get all of that muscly looking nasty right here. this. Give him that cankle. Cankles. Isn't that a word? Such a weird word. Cankle. The fat that comes around your ankle. Cankles. Such a weird word. Dog's bark can be as loud as a jet engine? What? My god. Definitely bother the neighbors in that sense. You jumped in your dog, started barking along with him? Oof, I'm sorry. Can't control that, man. He's gonna bark when he's gonna bark. Can't stop a boy from barking. Part calf, part ankle, all cankle. Cankles are so great for creature design, but they can be looking real nasty. No shade to people with cankles, just saying that if you let your cankles get real far out of hand, looks like you almost have a second foot growing on top of everything. Wait, let's do mess pen. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hey, how are you? I can't say your name on YouTube, but hi. This is like something from the Monster Rider challenge. I don't know what that challenge is, but thanks. he's having a hard time. He's having a really hard time with life. Life is really hard for Super Average Man on the back of this lizard guy. Actually, let's do... I need to have snap. Take off snap. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe if I do it here. No. maybe curve tube. He's just really, really tired of quite literally everything. He doesn't want to bother. Doesn't want to bother writing. Just, there we go. There we go. He's a very tired boy. Super average man is super tired. He needs a holiday. When using Sculptress in Dino Mesh, you go all over the place in regards to mesh density, so it helps your workflow a lot. You go all over the place? Yeah. Yeah, I go all over the place as well. But you start to get a hang of it though the more that you do. The Boga Lizard? Obi-Wan rides in episode 2? Boga Lizard. Oh man, yeah, I remember those are the giant iguanas. The big iguana dude. Oh my god, that CG is so dated. That did not age well. I have not watched that in a long time, but wow, that didn't age well. Okay. No, I feel like this is like more stylized. Like I'm just going stylized right now. Like it's not like a realistic creature or anything like that. Over at Shizway Sculpting forum group on Facebook, or at least there are some of the members competing. It's mostly real world sculptors. Oh, cool. Interesting. Yeah, there's always like a ton of challenges going on. I never know what exactly is happening at any one particular point. I want to be a part of challenges, but I just like always fall off. Like there was I still got to do the Feudal Japan challenge for ArtStation. I withdrew from that because I wasn't gonna have enough time to actually finish it. But my Feudal Japan guy, I really liked him. I really want to finish my little gecko from that. I'll show you guys actually. I can load him up. I'm gonna have a half an hour with this, so after I load up this guy, then I will then I'll start really chugging in with this because I've just been procrastinating. But this little guy, man, I want to finish him. I actually really want to finish him. I just like, I don't know, there's something, I don't know, I got too busy and then I just didn't want to keep going. But this is the Amuri that I was gonna do. Basically, it's like a samurai warrior that has, when they died, been turned into a gecko spirit. So it's like really fun to create. But I never actually got anywhere further than this. But I really should. He's fun. Whee! Ugh. What program am I using? This is Zbrush. Pixologic channel is the makers of Zbrush. So this channel is just people streaming Zbrush. Zbrush. How did I make everything on the same level for this guy? Because I always bring in a like a ground plane like this so I can see what's happening. And the claws are kind of digging in right now, but for the most part, like that's usually what I do, is I bring in like a ground. So just like a cube. Alright. Alright, Boyo. You've been without a computer for a couple of months, so you've been doing a lot of work in polymer clay and plasticine, so you've been spending a lot of time over at just oh no. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yes, sorry, I know, sorry. With the /2, yeah, I love the /2 brush. Again, it comes with Zbrush, so if anybody wants to get in on that, you totally can. It's in your light box. Oh no, not again. Oh, why? No, please. Every single stream. Oh, hey Sanguine, how are you? Every stream. It's the worst. Alright, let's... There we go. Actually, I'm gonna leave it the way it was because that was fine. But if I actually wanted the mount, which I don't actually want the mount guy on there. This is awful. I'm gonna turn him off right now. Oh wait. Oh! I didn't add everything else in there. Get in that folder. Get in that folder of nope. There we go. Because we're not going with a mount. Huzzah. Allergic to streams, like actually though. I'm convinced. Let's do more of a clay tubes in this area right here. Can probably get some interesting build up. Here, make some sort of like a indent for where everything is gonna attach. Let's do some slash. It's very fishy. Kind of like a fly fish. Amphibian and reptile, somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. I kind of like spent most of the stream like dilly-dallying, so here I am trying to like get it done to an acceptable position before I end stream. Sorry about all my sniffing, by the way. Alright, see Renault, thank you so much for hanging out. That's really awesome of you to stop by. I'll definitely say hi the next time I'm lurking in your stream. I'm always too like, I'm weird like that. I don't say hi in people's streams a lot of the time that I'm lurking, but I'm there. But I'll say hi next time, and if you see me, then yay. Have a great night. The map guy makes it so funny though. No, I know, but like it's just so he's so bad. He's just such a joke. Oh man, such a joke. Will you do the fancy NPR BPR of this? I mean, I can put on like a random default one right now, but I don't have any of the stuff that I did on the beta, I don't think. Like like any of the filters that I did on the beta. I don't think. Anyways, let me see if I can load render settings. I might not be able to because I don't think I saved it. Nah. Hold on, let's see. No, I can't load up my old stuff, so I'm gonna have to. The stuff that I did on the beta, like I can't load that up right now. Because I didn't save it properly, because I'm a dum-dum, but I'll get new filters anyways. I'll make some new filters and do some stuff with that. See, if you know where to put your lines, in a sense, like you can get away with leaving, you know, like a well-placed curve can do so much for your design. Just a well-placed curve. Well-placed line. There's honestly not a lot of detail going on here. Really? Any tips? Oh my gosh, that is a really big really. Any tips for someone looking into this as a career choice? Okay, everybody's being all like negative, which like it's hard for me to be like, yeah, you get it, no problem, because that's not true. I'd have to say like the best thing that you can do is just keep working at your portfolio. Never stop working at your portfolio. Take a you know, a simple job that isn't art, you know. Just take any kind of a job that you can to keep the bills paid. Don't be unrealistic about you know, just jumping straight into art and thinking that you're just gonna start making money off of it right away. Don't do that. I would try and look for a studio job of some kind, even if it's an indie studio. Any kind of a studio job for your first job is definitely a good one, because then you're learning from a bunch of other people. Jumping straight into freelance, you might get stuck doing things that you don't really want to do, or you're just gonna not find work. Because again, it is one of those things where you need like a lot of, like having a better resume basically will help you get freelance work too, right? Jumping into character design, though, do a lot of anatomy. Don't stop doing work. Do work every single day until you get your first job. And then when you get your first job, do work every single day. I know that sounds like ridiculous. Obviously, you need to balance yourself too. Don't make it like, you know, an obsession where you don't do anything else because you're going to burn out really fast. But you should put aside a few hours every single day to put into this if that is actually truly what you want to do. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna do this every now and then just apply to be a character artist. You're not gonna get a job that way. It's not gonna happen. Like, you actually have to dedicate some portion of your day every single day, almost every single day, to doing this. So the thing is, like, you know, art isn't, getting into an art job isn't exactly the same as getting into a lot of other things, in the sense where it be like, you know, to get into an art job, not to just get into like a high position art job, but like to get into an art job in the industry, it's like a lifestyle, right? In art, you have to treat it as a lifestyle. Being an artist is a lifestyle rather than just like a career choice, because you're constantly, when work ends, you come home and you have to keep practicing. Otherwise, you're just going to be replaced by somebody else, right? And so, you know, yes, your performance at work is going to be one thing, but with our industry, it's very easy to get laid off, and you're going to be looking for work a lot. You're a contract worker as an artist most of the time. Getting a full-time job as an artist, as a character artist, isn't super common. It does happen at, like, you know, the bigger studios, but a lot of it is contract. You're usually on contract. So yeah, exactly. As Brandon said, if you love it, it's a great thing, because it is a cycle that never ends. You're going to be constantly looking for work. You're going to constantly have to go to interviews. You're going to constantly have to improve and update your portfolio. It's just it's a constant thing. So that's why I say it's like a lifestyle. It's not like, oh, you go to school, you got your bachelor, and now you're good to go. It doesn't really work that way with art. So, yeah. If you're cool with that, if that's something that you're into, then you're in the perfect place, because constantly being on the move is pretty much art, being a character artist. A lot of it anyways. Like, you know, I can't say all character artists are like that. A lot of people end up staying at one place for many, many years. They're very, very fortunate, or they're very talented. They're talented enough. Their company values them enough. But that's not the case for everyone. A lot of character artists are jumping around everywhere. And it's actually better for a lot of people initially as a junior to have more things. Like, this is one way of looking at it as an artist, is to have more things on your resume. Like, more projects on your resume means that you have more experience, you've worked on many things, and to an HR person, that actually looks really good in our field, is that you bounced around everywhere. Obviously not within like spans of like 2 months or anything like that, but you know, if you've done like 8 months here, 8 months there, 8 months or whatever, that's like enough time for a whole project to be complete for a character artist. 5 to 8 months, depending, at least in my experience. So in that case, then, you know, you're getting more and more under your belt, and that looks really good for HR. Whereas like other places would be like, oh, how come you only stayed at this place for so long? And it's because we're contract, right? It's a little bit different. Payoff is, dude, I made that. Yeah, it's really nice, like, you know, sitting watching a movie and then seeing the credits come up, and everybody that you're watching the movie with is just like pointing, and you're like, oh, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, but what did you do? Like, yeah, so that's cool. I think the payoff for me is less of that, less of like, oh my god, I made that. The payoff for me on working on big projects is the camaraderie. So it's like the journey, not the destination. Because like the final product for me, like, because I you know, a lot of the time going through production, you see the storyboards, you see, you know, what could have been and how it's evolved and things. You get kind of like, I don't want to say like numb to it, because it's not true. Like, I still have like, there's always like this love for the project that, you know, most projects anyways that I've worked on. But it does start to change as you're working on it. And so when I see the final, I still love it, obviously. Like, I love seeing the final, but it's just like the camaraderie, and it's like the work that goes into it and getting to the final is what I really enjoy about the industry and working in it, rather than seeing the final product. It is really rewarding to see the final product, but the more rewarding thing for me is just like the people that you work with and the problem solving that comes behind all of it, and just like how your coworkers or people that, or your clients, even when you send them a model or a concept. For me, a lot of it is concept. So when I send a concept, and you know, there's been a lot of like pushback or whatever, and then I send them one concept, and finally it turns out to be like, you know, you get an email back and they're just like, that one, that's it, you nailed it. Like, that's like the best feeling. Like, I like working with people and trying to figure out what it is that they want, and then like nailing it. That when you actually get it, like, that is amazing. It's really, really great, because then you're making somebody really happy, and it's like, that's exactly what they wanted, you know? Like, it's a good feeling. And then again, of course, there's like, you know, the other side of it too, where sometimes it gets absolutely ridiculous, and they're asking for too much, and they don't really know what they want, and they never will. I haven't really dealt with a client like that at this point, but I've heard a lot about that. I think a lot of the time, when I'm hired for concept stuff, it's usually because of style. So I get a lot of free reign right off the bat, and then it starts to close in after they see some initial concept sketches, and then they start getting an idea of what they want, and then it kind of narrows down. And that's been my experience so far. It's like I get a very, very vague brief of what it is that they need, and they say go for it, and then I do a few sketches, like this. Like, I do a few sketches, like I can do like 3 of these in a day, sort of an idea, send those off, and like, here, this idea, here, this idea, here, this idea, and then it's more of like a bam, narrowing it down. It's really, I enjoy doing that. Going to college for game dev, and I have been practicing often, although not enough, in my opinion. Definitely practice more. Yes, you gotta just really, like, when you got free time, you know, you could be watching that Netflix show, or you could do a sketch, do a study. What's the, like, how so though? What's the biggest reason for it? Wait. Oh, okay. Got you. You guys are talking to each other. Hey, Ken. How are you doing? Okay, so we only have 5 more minutes here. I'm going to put this guy in like a pose. Here we go. All right, and then I'll grab my socials. Socials. It's the end of the stream here. It's funny, Monty always knows. He always knows at the end what the end of the stream is when I start saying these kinds of things. He just knows my sign off. It's funny. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is like the worst. Alright, here we go. I'll turn that on anyways. Here we go. See you, Brendan. Thanks so much for hanging out. Don't go! I know I have to though. We're at the end here. Ooh, that's not even in screen. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, let me put that on the screen. Yeah, so if you want to follow me on anything, it's there on the screen. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Again, these are just sketches that I do on the stream. Nothing like, you know, this isn't something that I would use for the final product, but it is a lot of fun to work like this. I think some people were asking for the BPR renders. Actually, I'm gonna try doing, I'm just gonna throw on a few of those initially so we can grab where is it? We can do like like the skin shade, and then we can do in render. Actually, let's just do this. Let's just go into render set. If you go into render sets, there's like all of these different kinds of filters that we can use. Like, what's this? Come on. Okay. And then if you BPR, should, boom, right? Wait, can we make this tinier? So if I could do this, we got some render stuff, and it's all here for you to play around with too. There's like a bunch of options that you can go through as well for all of these things. The options are down in, when you go into render, you go into, whoops. Oh my gosh, where is it? No. Filters, BPR filters right here. And then you can play around with the settings of all of these as well if you're interested. I'm not going to go over all of it this stream, but yeah. Do the pencil sketch. Ooh, let's do something like this. Really like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, the charcoal one. Yeah, there's like a bunch of them that you can play around with. What are these? These are BPR filters. And yeah, you can do like a whole bunch of different things with them. Figure out what it is that you like. Here's that oil paint one from Pablo. It won't look good on this because I don't have anything going, but yeah. Just a lot of stuff. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. If you're interested, okay, again, I'm gonna like put everything up on the screen as I end this here. Here we go, here's this. And then if you guys really enjoyed, oh my gosh, it's gone again. If you guys really enjoyed, ugh, I am the worst right now. You enjoyed 2019 and you're thinking about getting 2019, but it's a little expensive, you can check out this right here. So this is available until March 20th. It's the the only discount that I've been able to get anyways, but $30 off for a 6-month subscription of Zbrush. So if you're interested, again, this is ending March 20th, so you can only use the $30 off coupon right there until March 20th, and you have to use it as you're checking out. So it's there if you want it. And if 10 people do use the code, I do end up getting a free 6-month subscription code that I can give away afterwards, but that's only if 10 people use the code. So I don't know if 10 people are gonna use this or not, but it's there. if you want it, if you need it, if you need that discount. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I had a great time tonight. I hope you did too. I'll see you again next week at Wednesday again at 6 to 10 p.m. EST. The next person that's going to be streaming here tonight, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure though, because I think the the schedule is not up for me. Where is it? Hold on, let me see. I'm pretty sure Steven Anderson is up tonight. Steven Anderson usually streams after me at 11 p.m. EST, so in 1 hour. So you can check back and see if Steven's live. Either way, have a great night. Sub to this channel, sub to my channel. All right, okay. I'll see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye!